Alright, here is the power supply test consumption. I have the i3540 in there, powered by the power supply from the InWin Wavy. And there's the 6670 plugged in, as you can see. And the power meter. Here you go. And I also plugged in a Blu-Ray drive. So the ASUS Blu-Ray drive there. And here is the load. And let me just show you what the screen looks like. Here we go. As you can see, it's the OCCT power supply test, and it's running. Let's go back to the power supply again. I also have the PS2 keyboard plugged in and a USB mouse. See the power supply consumption there. 161. This is pretty much the maximum you would pull on this. It's still going. You'll see if it fails because it will eventually drop to less than that. Still running. Now obviously I'm not going to hold this for 15 minutes, 30 minutes. As you can see, it's not even hiccuping at all. Still running perfectly. Here's one hard drive there, 7200 RPM, and 3540, 2 gigabytes of RAM there, 2 modules filled up, Blu-ray drive, power consumption again, 54, and screen is still going. So let's try running some maybe 3D Mark. Let's see what the consumption is in that. Here's the 3D Mark. We're going to do the combined test. So we load the GPU and the CPU as well. We set to extreme level, and we just hit extreme. And of course you wait for it and look down. Check our system again. Blu-ray drive, 17200 RPM hard drive, 6670, i3540, 2 gigabytes of RAM there. Let's check. One PS2 keyboard plugged in, one USB mouse, and our wireless Ethernet. And of course, see the display is plugged into 6670. And here is the load, power load of the combined test, which simulates the average gaming load. But this is harder than the usual game because it's combined CPU and GPU workload, doing a physics test and with GPU intensive volumetric lighting tessellation. Some physics computed by direct compute. So it takes a while to load, of course, because this isn't a very fast system, i3540. So we'll wait, and I'll keep the camera focused here while it's running. There we go. Extreme, so it'll be choppy because it doesn't have much power. Doesn't have much GPU power. 6670, i3540. There we go. Pretty much slowly, frame by frame. You can see it's still running, and see if we can focus that. It says 1.3 frames per second, 34 frames. It's about 600 frames in this test. And here is the system running. 104, 105. This is probably around closer to what the a heavy game load would be on this system right here. Okay. Let's see, 109, 110. 16 is the highest we've seen it so far, but it doesn't seem to hold that high anyway. And of course, go back to the screen. It's still rendering. If you can see it because of the light, there you go. You can see it better. 2.4 frames, 175. So you can see that it's still running. It didn't freeze or anything. And obviously, it's still being powered. 105, 110, and our system is still intact.